Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. In this video, we're going to explore what the next week holds for you. I'm going to complete group readings for my friends for the week of October 8th through to the 14th. Well, we're heading straight into the heart of November now. And there is so much that we're having to deal with. The US is, dealing with the election and its aftermath. The virus, it's still around. There's a lot to contend with right now. And on top of which, this week, we're going to be celebrating and remembering those brave souls who gave their life, that ultimate sacrifice for us to have what we have today. This is a bit of a heavier week. However, we still need to maintain that high vibration. In that heaviness, that high vibration can continue to support us, not only in moving through this heaviness, but feeling better, feeling stronger. So those challenges, they're not as hard. We don't need added challenges and added obstacles to what we're already dealing with. That high vibration, it's going to help us reduce some of that added burden. This week, my friends, the decks I've chosen, I chose the Darkwood Tarot and also the Enchanted Map Oracle. I wanted to reflect that darkness that many of us are feeling, or that looming foreboding that seems to be lingering, and then challenge it with the beauty and the artistic talents of this deck. And to top it off with that amazing Enchanted Map Oracle. Like always, I have links below to both these fantastic decks. So should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. The selections, my friends, for this week, I have Serpentine, Rainbow Fluorite, and then also Carnelian. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now, and then head into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. I want you to click on the correlating timestamp to your crystal. It will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Serpentine friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Serpentine friends. What can my Serpentine friends expect from the week of November 8th through the 14th? Heal the ouch. Well, this week, we're looking at healing some of those deeper pains, some of those deeper hurts. We've been healing on and off throughout our lifetime. And 2020, we've kind of really hit the brakes on that healing. However, we need to heal to help move ourselves forward. This week, we need to focus in on ourselves, focus in on that healing, so that we feel stronger and more able to take on those challenges. We can't combat that heavy, low vibrational veil that has settled in over the globe. Not at our current state, and not alone. We need to heal ourselves, raise our vibration even higher, and start to attract similar people into our lives. We need to start to impact in a positive way those around us by modeling this amazing behavior and lifestyle of taking care of ourselves, healing ourselves, raising our vibrations, embracing these opportunities that present themselves, and of course, enjoying those abundances that follow suit. Through modeling, we can improve and inspire others to follow suit. And the more people who are functioning from a higher vibrational light point, well, we will be able to combat this low vibrational gunkiness that has settled in. Taking it one step at a time, focusing in on us, will go a long way in doing so. It's not a quick fix, however, it's a stable fix. So let's look at this week and what it's going to bring for my Serpentine friends. What can my Serpentine friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Ace of Wands. Taking that time for self and healing self is going to ignite those passions and that creativity that we have within ourselves. And I know that many times people go, well, great, I have to heal. What does that mean? How do I do that? And that's exactly why I brought out my Archangel healing meditations. We have to heal on a variety of levels and in a variety of ways. These meditations are short, they're usually around 30 minutes, and it helps to heal you. You're taking time just for you. They're guided meditations, so you're not just sitting there in a state of awe and many times not connecting into that healing energy. I send you Reiki energy. The archangels, they share their healing energy too. It's a win-win situation, and best of all, it's free. I don't have any strings attached. This is stuff I want you guys to be able to do on your own accord. Of course, if you happen to have a Reiki master or a healer that you know, and you feel safe to connect in with them, or like myself, if they provide distance healing, you can access them. But remember, we have that ability to heal ourselves. And yes, I know, it does feel nice to have a little bit of a boost in our healing, and it does help us with our healing endeavors. However, we can do it. We just need to give ourselves that time. That's going to help us with those aha moments. In the beginning of the week, you're going to see them, especially if you commit to working on that healing. Giving yourself permission and time to do so will start this eruption of ideas. It's going to really, well, take that inner fire and turn it into a bit of a bonfire that's going to inspire and encourage you forward. Those aha moments, they're going to come. Make sure that you have pen and paper with you when you're doing meditations or any healing, because you're going to get that insight. You're going to get that guidance from your high vibrational support team, and that guidance, that wisdom, it may not make sense right away. Writing it down helps you to reflect on it at a later date and a later time. I always encourage pen and paper. Well, our ego can and will impact that technology so that we miss out and we'll forget. Pen and paper, well, your ego has less of a chance of messing that up for you. So the beginning of the week, we've got lots of aha moments. Just remember to give you that time. And it doesn't have to be a long time. Those short, sweet healing sessions, they go a long way in, well, your healing process. What about the middle of the week? What can my Serpentine friends expect from the middle of the week? The Knight of Cups. Of course, with the Knight of Cups, you're looking at that Lancelot of Knights, that caring, intuitive knight. And we need to use that energy to our advantage. use that energy towards ourself. And because he's a knight, he can lend us that courage and determination. That inner flame, that inner fire, we need to connect it into our solar plexus, which gives us the courage, the determination to do what we need to do. With that insight, that guidance, and feeling stronger, both physically and spiritually, we're going to be more able to tackle the bigger problems in our life, the bigger situations. We need to heal and raise our vibration so that we can get there, so that we can have that movement forward. And of course, with that cup, that insight, that intuition, it's going to be an essential key for you. In the middle of the week, we are looking at Remembrance Day. I do have a reading coming out specially for Remembrance Day to tap in to the brave souls that have, sacrificed for us. We can use that guidance to our advantage as well. We just need to be open to it. And there too, we're going to have to tap into that bravery, that courage, that determination. Because sometimes what is being shared with us contradicts what we're currently doing and can cause some fear, some resistance. We need to be mindful of that as well. Let's go on to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring, my Serpentine friends? The Three of Pentacles. I like to call this card the Triforce Perfecta, where you're working with yourself, your physical support team, and of course, your spiritual support team. You're working in cooperation. You're working on that healing. You're working on strengthening you. Gaining new insight, sharpening tools, and strengthening skills to help you with the challenges, those obstacles that you are currently facing. We have the ability to overcome these challenges. We just need a little bit of help right now. We need to strengthen us, and we need that cooperation. Now, at the end of the week, we do have a unique opportunity. On Friday, it's Friday the 13th. It's the second time we've seen this amazing phenomenon happen, and we won't see one for quite some time. There's only one in 2021. This amazing day, it's not built on fear. That fear, that's a societal thing. Friday the 13th is an amazing day to tap into that divine feminine energy, the goddess energy. We can definitely use that in our cooperation and put it in as part of our team to help us feel better, to work on that healing. And of course, I have a reading for Friday the 13th as well, and you can use that to your advantage. We need to use these tools that are right at hand to help us for our greater good. So at the end of the week, that cooperation, it's going to be essential for us. It's going to help us clear out even more. Help us to feel stronger physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and more able to tackle that challenge at hand. So let's look at the week's challenge. I know there's a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles going on right now, but let's look at what's going to come up this week. What challenge will my Serpentine friends face for the week of November 8th through the 14th? Oh, yeah, that's a challenge. Yeah, that's the Tower. The 16th card in the Major Arcana. Life events are going to get in the way of this healing. And it's not life events that your ego has control over. It's life events that have been building up. And so we're going to have consequences for past behaviors and decisions. They're going to come up this week, and they're going to destabilize some of this healing. Be mindful of that. plan for it and try and get to some of this healing. You're not going to be able to break patterns and move past these obstacles without this healing. You're not going to feel strong enough or able to contend with the multifaceted situations that are going to come up. Taking those little steps, those little healing sessions, taking that time for you will truly help in recuperating and rejuvenating you. And don't forget, we are not alone. You do not have to come up with the solution. You don't have to do everything. We don't want to play victim, but we can ask for help to support us through some of this challenging time. The Tower is a hard card to see, yet when the Tower is done, we have that ability to rebuild a stronger and more stable foundation that we're going to be able to see prosperity and abundance flourish because you have that positive structure rather than something that's built on falsehood and that fluffy, puffy ego. Bit of a challenge, bit of a bear, but, a big but, you can do this. You're not alone. We just need to take some time for ourselves. I know that can be somewhat of a hard balance to have, but like I said, I do have a library of healing videos that are 30 minutes. Meditation helps to clear out that buildup, that chaotic spin that happens in our head when we are under pressure and stress, and helps you to be able to create a better solution, a higher vibrational solution for your greater good. Let's go on to some blessings, because I think we need some blessings after the Tower. What blessings can my Serpentine friends embrace for the week of November 8th through the 14th? Ghostlands kind of really depicts that stuckness. It's kind of got this icy edge to it. Yet, with that passion, that healing, we're going to be able to move past that icy exterior. The most important part of this card is reflecting in on what you have been doing. What has brought this about? Those past experiences and what you have achieved. It helps you to be able to plan forward, to rebuild that structure I talked about, that is built in positivity, that is built in the higher vibrational energy, that's going to support you in the long run. We're tearing down what's not working, and we're planning forward on what will. Keeping your head held up high and focusing in on that positive, that you're going to be able to make things better, break patterns, and make changes for you, for your greater good. Commitment. You have to remember that you signed up for this. Yes, some of what we're dealing with now is not what you signed up for per se. It's a result of choices and actions that we've done in the past. But we did make a commitment to ourselves that we were going to experience certain pivotal points. Other high vibrational beings and beings have made a commitment to us to support us in this journey. It's important that we value and, send gratitude towards ourselves for dealing with what we're dealing with, loving ourselves and caring for ourselves so that we can experience all that we want. Additionally, we should send love and gratitude to that support team. It's kind of a thankless job, and they signed up for it willingly. Sending them that love and that gratitude will go a long way in making you feel better and inspiring others to do so as well. Valuing that commitment to self, valuing what it is you've signed up for, and knowing that you have the ability to make a better and greater future for yourself. We just need to clean up a little bit right now. Clean up and heal so we feel stronger and more able to take on, well, our life. Take on the year. We're going to end off on any further insight, guidance, and wisdom that we can share with my Serpentine friends for the week of November 8th through to the 14th. The Ten of Cups. Of course, we're looking at one of the family cards, reminding you that you're not doing this alone. We talked about that support team, about working in cooperation. You have family on this plane and in the astral plane, in the spiritual world. We need to reach out and ask for the support we need. Sometimes we're going to feel so lost and overwhelmed that we're going to need them to step in and support us. Remind us of all our amazing abilities, talents, and skills. It will really help us rekindle some of that lost luster. Help us through this darkness that we're going to have to stumble through. The Chariot, the 7th card in the Major Arcana. The charioteer uses his willpower, his determination to conquer and overcome whatever lands in his path. And we need that willpower, that determination to deal with the tower. We've got this. We need to trust in ourselves, our abilities, and our skills to do so. Trusting in that the universe has got our back, that we have an amazing support team that will help us rebuild, give us a better foundation for a greater future than what we're currently looking at. This cleanup, this healing, it's going to help strengthen us, raise our vibration, and give us the ability to seek out opportunities and possibilities we had never even thought of. The higher our vibration, the more we're able to heal and work on self, well, the easier those opportunities and possibilities will be to see. We'll be able to reach out and grab them, embrace them, use them to our advantage. Currently, we can't see that. We can't even fathom these amazing opportunities and possibilities that are presented each day. We need to raise ourselves up above this heavy, gunky veil of low vibrational energy that is set in globally. We need to reach for the stars and reach for those opportunities. Oh, my cards are catching up. The Hanged Man. Trusting in the universe. Trusting in that guidance. We need to get out of our head. We need to get out of this gunky, stucky yuckiness. And start to embrace the high vibrational amazingness that is there. Those opportunities, those possibilities. They are there. And the universe wants to reward us for some hard work. We've just been not been focusing in on the right aspect. Taking time for you will help you to realign and refocus ourselves so that we are headed in the right direction and that the universe is going to positively reward us rather than kicking us in the butt to get us to go in the right direction. Now we do have double 12s. We have the Hanged Man and we have this beautiful Knight. Knights are the 12th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have that multiple 12, the angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening. That growth, that awakening, it's going to come in, well, a rather shocking format. Not one that we usually embrace. However, the more we embrace this shift and change, the more we're going to get from it. The more we're going to break free of patterns that are causing stagnation and heartache and creating this tower. And we're going to be able to embrace those amazing possibilities, those opportunities that the universe is trying to share with us. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into your week. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really does help people find me in the sea of YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And if you like this video, I do have a Patreon page. You can support me in making more of these amazing videos. I of course have lots of tiers and perks, and those perks, well, not shockingly, you're looking at private readings and healings just for you. I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Serpentine friends. Hello and welcome, my Fluorite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot and oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Fluorite friends. What can my Fluorite friends expect from the week of November 8th through the 14th? Rescue. Oh, thank God, we're getting the help we need. In a way, I'm kind of kidding. And yet, I'm not. It's not like we're going to have, the Avengers come in and save us from this. This is going to be us reaching out to that support system that's always been there and relying on it a little bit more. That support system is going to be key for us. It's going to help kind of give us that breather that we need. It's going to rejuvenate and strengthen us. And of course, that support team, we are looking at your physical support team and of course that astral support team too. We can utilize both of them to our advantage and help us get over some pretty hard things. And that's the rescue. It's really us stopping trying to be the person who is doing all and being everything for everybody else, and turning around and asking for the help that you need. At the rate we're going, we're going to burn out and we're going to cause ourselves even more problems and somewhat physical damage if we keep trying to do what we're currently doing. We need that support. We need to be working with ourselves to be open to that support. It's a totally different thing to give than to receive. So let's look at this week a little bit more. What does this rescue look like for you? What does the beginning of the week bring, my Fluorite friends? And it's not all doom and gloom, guys. Asking for help isn't the worst case scenario. If you look at this, there's a beautiful waterfall which shows change, which shows movement, an amazing rainbow, which of course we're looking at that happiness, that color and joy. This rescue, it's not all bad. And like I said, it's harder to ask for help and accept it than give the help. Two different sides of the same coin. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's kind of what we need rescuing from. The beginning of the week, we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to understand where we're struggling the most and what it is we are currently doing to, well, eradicate this problem, this heaviness, this heartache, this fear. It helps us gain the words and the understanding to ask for the help that we need. Reflection is an amazing tool that we can utilize to help get ourselves out of this stucky, mucky mess. Now, tens in tarot, they're an ending and a beginning. So we are looking at that end of really feeling, well, pegged down and stuck. We need to move forward. We need to start to grow and thrive again. We can't keep ourselves stagnant and stuck. That too causes illness. It causes pain and amplifies that heartache. That knowledge, it's going to be key on asking for that help and also knowing how you can utilize your skills. Taking it on and working through it for you as well. We don't have to be a damsel in distress. We can work as part of a team rather than just asking for that help and putting our hands up going, yeah, I can't do it. We can be part of the solution as well. Let's go on to the middle of the week. What can my Fluorite friends expect from the middle of the week? The Page of Wands. Now, pages, they're that childlike, innocent energy. They are full of inquisitive, playful energy. And we could use some of that fun and play right now. Actually, that's going to be part of our solution, is getting out of this mindset of, woe is me. I can't do this, hands up, I can't. Instead, taking that hard look and really reflecting on what is happening, not the emotion. Stay out of the emotion, guys. We need to use our head. Those swords, that is knowledge. Stay out of that heart center, that heartache, and go straight for the head. This week, we're looking at that processing. We need that understanding. Taking that knowledge and looking at it through a new lens. Invigorating it, inspiring it, and moving it forward with your tools and skills. Now, don't get me wrong, we do need help, and we're going to get it. We just need to be open to it. That high vibrational support team, they're probably screaming at you, no, do this, and we're not hearing it. Being open to receiving those messages, whether it be from the high vibrational team or from your physical support team, on how you can overcome that challenge, how you can make your life a little bit better, how you're going to make yourself feel better. That passion, that knowledge, those are key aspects to creating a solution that is all your own. You can't expect a cookie cutter solution to fit. You're not a cookie cutter. You're a dynamic being, and we need a dynamic solution here. And you're going to be able to gain it. Additionally, in the middle of the week, we have Remembrance Day. I know it seems like a weird time to try and ask for help. However, that courage and bravery of those amazing souls who sacrificed their life for us, well, that energy is still there. We can tap into it and use it to our advantage. Of course, I do have a separate reading for Remembrance Day, so you can tune into that and check out how you can use Remembrance Day to your advantage and add to that flame. Add to that dynamic solution. So let's go on to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring, my fluorite friends? The Knight of Cups, the Lancelot of Cups. Knights are a movement card, and we need that movement right now. We need to move away from this, because this heartache, this pain, it's not serving us. We're not being able to spread our wings and fly here. We're actually kind of tethering ourselves to our spot. Knights give us that courage, that determination. And we need that courage and determination. We need to work with our solar plexus chakra to push ourselves forward, to not back down, because let's be honest, sometimes it feels easier to back down. However, in the long run, we pay that price. Life isn't always easy. Sometimes we have to take that harder road so we can learn, experience, and break the pattern. The Knight of Cups reminds us not only do we need that courage and determination, but that intuitive guidance. That cup, intuition and emotion. We need to follow our head and be guided by that divine intervention. We need to stay far away from that emotional heartache, gain that intuitive guidance so that we can move ourselves over this big obstacle, so that we're able to move ourselves up and over this obstacle. Obstacles challenge us. They should not stop us. Not for long anyway. That cup, it also reminds us that we need to take some time and work on us. Heal us. He's the Lancelot. He is a caring knight. On Friday, we have Friday the 13th. It's the second Friday the 13th that we have in 2020. It's the last one. It's a time when we can nurture and connect into that divine feminine energy to support us, to heal us, to help us feel better and stronger to take on these challenges. There is a lot going on this week, and a lot of ways that we can ask for the help that we need. The most important piece, though, is that we need to be open to that information and guidance. Like I said earlier, our ego, it's going to really resist this, and it's not going to want to be open to this information. It's not new to us. This information has been shared to us on a number of occasions, and we've been avoiding it. It's time we embrace that information and that knowledge and move forward on it. Move away from this and embrace the amazing rainbows and opportunities that your day holds. So let's look at the challenge of the week. There's a lot going on, and we've got, layers and layers of obstacles right now. So let's look at the challenge of the week. What challenge will my fluorite friends face for the week of November 8th through the 14th? The Knight of Swords. Second knight we have, and of course, we've got that knowledge base. Now, each knight that was created by Pamela Coleman Smith are in varying stages of motion. Well, this one is at this kind of sassy, pretty prance. Whereas the Knight of Swords, he's on his horse headed headlong into that storm. There's no regard to safety. There's no regard to what his plan is. He doesn't have the methodical assessment of the king. He's got that adolescent, go big, go home energy. Nothing's going to touch me. And it's in that arrogance that we're going to stumble and trip. We need to slow down and take very steady, progressive steps. Now, if you look at it, we have the 10, the page, which is the 11th card, the knight, which is the 12th card. We're slowly progressing up. This isn't about helter-skelter and making movement for movement's sake. It needs to be meaningful, and it needs to have that stability. We need the knowledge, yes, but we don't need the arrogance that comes with the Knight of Swords. So taking it slow, your ego will spur this knight on, trying to misdirect you, getting you to jump at opportunities that may cause you more problems. We need that reflection and that assessment to determine the best course of action for you. Let's go into some blessings. Woo! They're jumping. What blessing can my Fluorite friends embrace for the week of November 8th through the 14th? Now I should mention, of course, we have that double knight, so we have the double 12. In angel messages, when you have that multiple 12, the angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening, which is very true. We're going to have that growth and we're going to have that movement. But like I said, we need it to be very planned. We need it to be in your best interest and greatest good. Dry desert. This is the one that jumped out, well, before I even started really shuffling. We really do feel like we're stuck and that there really are limited opportunities for us. Yet even in a desert, in the hottest conditions, you find life. You find opportunities and possibilities. And it's really important that we be open to them. We slow ourselves down and we examine and assess what's all around us. These opportunities, they present themselves each day. They differ each day. We need to take that step back, take that deep breath, and look around. Using those tools that are all around us to support us in overcoming what it is that's challenging us most. It's important that we use what's at hand to our advantage. It helps lessen that load, lessen that burden, and we're not so run down. We don't feel so burnt out. Ride the wave. I absolutely adore this card. It makes me giggle. How many times do you usually see a fairy? I know it's hard to see, but a fairy on a dolphin, just, hanging 10. Of course, we need to go with the flow. There are many, many tools that are right at hand, but our ego and, our inner self are scared of it. The more we go with those tools, with what's happening, the more we're going to, get ourselves unstuck and, be part of that solution. Be part of moving ourselves forward. In a way, rescuing ourselves. So we're going to end off this reading with any further insight, thoughts, and wisdom that we can share with my Fluorite friends for the week of November 8th through the 14th. The Nine of Wands. This card actually really makes me giggle. It kind of really sums up where your ego's at this week. It wants you to stay where you're at, to stay put. It feels you are safe. It kind of has penned and caged you in, and you have this maniacal overlord going, "Whoa, you are safe. Do not move. Do not pretend to move. I'm going to stop you any way I can to protect you and keep you safe. Yes, at one point in time, our ego, well, it had a major role in our life. Now, it's turned into the major villain in our life. The Seven of Pentacles. Of course, we're looking at that hard work card. Now, sevens, they're a lucky number. With that hard work, we're going to be able to overthrow that maniacal overlord. We can start to own and take control of our situation. Start to, well, rescue ourselves. That hard work, well, it's going to be about you, for you. The more grounded you are, the more you're going to be able to strengthen that root system, strengthen that stability, and creating an amazing, amazing solution just for you. Whenever we're looking at working with that high vibration, we want to make sure we are working with that grounding, earthy energy. It helps us to understand and comprehend the information that's being sent down to us, and being able to utilize more of our higher self in creating that dynamic solution. So like I said, we're going to need that very creative solution to get us unstuck and get us going again. And then finally, the Ten of Cups. Well, we started with the 10 and we're ending with the 10. This 10 is a family card. Well, 2 out of the 4 10s are family cards. This is, of course, the 10 of Cups. Reminds you of that generational support, that positive generational support. We've been talking a lot about that higher vibrational support team. We can't forget our physical support team, our family and friends who've been with us for, well, generations and years. Tapping into their wisdom, their nurturing and guidance to help get you unstuck. Gaining that insight, gaining that direction. It may not be where you want to go in that high vibrational sense, but it's going to get you unstuck. You can always make changes and shifts to your journey, to your path, when you're unstuck. And your family can help you get unstuck, can get you motivated again. They are an amazing support at reminding us of how truly amazing we are. All our strengths, all our gifts. They know them, and they won't mind sharing that knowledge with you. We are the hardest critics of ourselves, and our family and friends, they are usually a more accurate judgment of how amazing you are. Just remember, you want to tap in and connect in with that positive family member and support team. Some of our family members, some of that support team, it's not always as positive or balanced as we'd hoped. Staying in that positive mind frame and seeking knowledge and information from a balanced source goes a lot longer of a way in our journey and in helping us get unstuck than one that is more negative and more critical and judgmental. It actually ends up causing more stagnation if we're not too careful. Of course, like I said, we ended and started with a 10. In angel messages, when you have that multiple 10, the angels are telling you that this is a time of personal development and spiritual enlightenment, which is very true. We're going to gain more of a tool set. We're going to gain more experience. We're going to have the ability to break a pattern that keeps reoccurring for us. That movement, that's going to be important for us. It's up to us to start taking those steps forward and reaching out for that support that's going to be meaningful and for our greater good. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really does help people find me in that sea of YouTube. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. There is so much more coming your way, my friends, and the best way to ensure that you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. If you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I do have a Patreon page. I know lots of people have them. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and some amazing perks. Those perks, you're looking at private readings and healings just for you. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Fluorite friends. Hello and welcome, my Carnelian friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot and oracle decks here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, well, if I can get the cards, let's see what the week holds for my Carnelian friends. What can my Carnelian friends expect from the week of November 8th through the 14th? Magic Prayer. Such a fantastic card. Of course, well, we're talking about that connection to our higher vibrational friends, that universal energy, and some of our prayers being answered. Now, of course, with prayer, it is kind of a fickle thing, because a lot of times we pray for answers for what it is we need, and that's exactly why we're here. This is what we signed up to learn. So they can't answer that prayer because we've asked them not to. We've actually contracted that this is what we're going to learn. This is what we want to experience in this lifetime. So the high vibrational beings, the universe, they're stuck. They can't answer it. This week, we're going to see some guidance, some support around some of those bigger aspects, some of those bigger pieces that have been weighing heavy on us. Those answers, that guidance is going to help us to overcome that challenge. They're not going to be able to do it for us, but they can help guide us so we get a better and clearer answer for us. And let's look at these answers a bit more. What can my Carnelian friends expect from the beginning of the week? The King of Pentacles, Midas touch himself. Those who are open and accepting of the guidance, you're going to see shifting and changing and prayers being answered. It's important that we're open to this information. Let's be honest, what we're doing isn't working. So we need to do something different. So some of that guidance, some of that answer may not be in the norm, may not be what we usually do. And we can have resistance to that. And many of us have been receiving the same message over and over again. It's just that we've been ignoring it. We've been choosing to not see it because it is different. And that difference brings in the unknown, which brings in the fear, which allows our ego to start to scream and tantrum. So we've been avoiding it. We have to face that fear. We have to face that message. We want change to occur. Well, we need to approach things differently. And when we do, that abundance, that growth, it's going to be phenomenal. We have the ability to make those changes on day one. We have that ability to make changes on day one. It's up to us. Being open to those messages, open to that guidance. We need to slow down and receive those messages, no matter what they are. And of course, we are looking at a pentacle, so the more grounded we are, the more stable we are, the more we're going to receive from these messages, from these answers that we're looking for. Let's go on to the middle of the week. What can my Carnelian friends expect from the middle of the week? The High Priestess. The second card in the Major Arcana, the most intuitive card in the deck. If we don't have that journal of repeated messages and symbols that we've received over the last little while, and nothing's coming to mind, well, it will in the middle of the week. We have added guidance. We have added support, especially on that Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're looking at Remembrance Day. It's a day where we are going to celebrate those brave souls who sacrificed for us. I have a reading coming out for Remembrance Day to tap into their guidance, tap into that bravery. That's going to support us. We also have that ability, and I encourage people to do this, to do some individual connection. I have a lot of meditations that I brought out in October to connect into your high vibrational support team. I also have a lot of meditations with the archangels to heal and to connect. Using this time to your advantage, using the tools that are readily available to be open and receiving these prayers. Of course, the one meditation that speaks loud and clear right now is one that I did with Archangel Gabriel on that communication, on that connection. There are others, of course, but of course we're looking at that communication, and who you're going to go to? Well, Archangel Gabriel. Using your tools so that you can tap in to that guidance, that support that you're looking for. We need that direction to overcome some of these challenges, overcome and learn from what we're dealing with right now. Let's head into the end of the week. What can my Carnelian friends expect from the end of the week? Now, looking at these two cards, and I do this as I'm shuffling, I think about what we're asking, the question at hand. And if you look at her face, she's like, see, look, I've been showing this to you. And he's got his pentacle going, yeah, see, I've been showing this to you. These are messages that are not new to you. These are messages that we've been avoiding. And your ego is not going to go, oh, well, this week I'll give you a reprieve. Don't worry about it. We are going to have to challenge ourselves. It's a challenge that is worth it. Just like a lot of our challenges. When we push ourselves, amazing things can happen. And this week, it's a little bit of a push, my Carnelian friends. Oh, and well worth it. I love this queen. The Queen of Wands. Such a phenomenal queen. This guidance, this support that we need, it's going to erupt and ignite us. I love how in this depiction of the queen, it almost looks like she's steaming. She's just like, I'm owning it. I got this. We're doing it. And we're doing it with style. And that's exactly what's going to happen at the end of the week. Especially as we enter into the end of the week, well, we're heading into Friday the 13th. Doesn't happen a lot. Usually once or twice a year. We're lucky this year it's twice. And of course, it's another aspect that we can use to our advantage. That nurturing event will bring in that goddess energy. And it's not just having that divine feminine in a passive role. We have her ignited. She is on fire. And that fire, that inner passion, that's going to be rekindled. When we gain that guidance, and we take that time to look at it and go, oh, okay, that's different. How am I going to use that? How do I use that wisdom and guidance and incorporate it into my life, into my world? Just like anything else, usually the guidance is just, it's short and sweet. It's not like the scrolls of the Dead Sea. It's short and sweet. There is flexibility and creativity that we can add in and really own it. Incorporating it into our self, into what we do, into what we feel comfortable, and this is most important, how it's going to make us feel. Like I said, we're going to have some resistance. We've been resisting it for a while. That resistance brings in fear. That slows us down, it limits us. But when we take it slow and steady, we start to make it our own. We start to connect into it. Through that personalization, it's not as scary. We're more able to incorporate it in. And when we do it in slow, steady steps, rather than leaps and bounds and leaps of faith and jump, we are able to maintain stability. And that stability is key to, well, ensuring that we don't fall back into old patterns. Those old patterns don't serve us. But our ego, it likes to make that path pretty slippery. So it's a hard balance for us. But with stability, we feel stronger. We feel more confident in what we're doing. And we're more able to maintain these amazing shifts and changes that we're about to take. So let's look at the challenge. I know I've brought up a couple of them, but let's look at the weekly challenge. What challenge will my Carnelian friends face for the week of November 8th through the 14th? The Nine of Wands. It's kind of a creepy card. And, well, really captures what it's going to feel like. Like I said, that ego, it's not going to want you to go. Danger, change, ooh, scary. It's going to try and pen you in even more. Many times the Nine of Wands, we're looking at that backbone. We're able to overcome those challenges, those obstacles, because we're fueled in by what we've overcome in the past. This is our obstacle. We're going to feel like a caged animal. We need to use that passion and fire to blow this cage apart. We can do that when we start to ground in and feel the stability within ourselves and what we have created. And with that divine guidance, this cannot hold. We cannot be caged. Our ego likes to do this to us, and unfortunately it causes more problems because, like many times when you're caging an animal, you don't see it coming until you are so far gone you have no idea how to get out of it. Until we tap in to that guidance that we need. So you can see how things start to reciprocate and that domino effect happen. let's move on to some blessings. What blessings can my Carnelian friends embrace for the week of November 8th through the 14th? I think it's a really good depiction of what your ego is going to be like. Kind of that evil mastermind, the "Mwahaha, I'm going to pen you in. You are not going to be able to connect into your passions. You're not going to be able to own it because you are going to be safe in my cage." Puts perspective, right? We need to be able to grow. We need to be able to thrive and flourish. And under our ego's devices, we can't. This is not surprising. The compass, that guidance, it's going to give us direction. It's going to give us a purpose. It's going to give us the way out. We are literally feeling like we're stuck in this dark woods and we don't know where to go, or what's more, how to get out. Because there's that thick, heavy veil that's settled in and we can't see past our feet. We need that divine guidance to help get us out. Stuck in the muck or stuck in the mud. Well, we already feel that. That uncertainty, that unknown. That's why we've been asking for help. And that's why it's important that we slow down and we open ourselves up to that support, to that guidance. And what's more, and this is a big part, we need to start to implement and move forward on that guidance. We can't stay stuck because that's where our ego wants us, and we're not going to be able to thrive, to grow, to appreciate what's going on around us. Because there is beauty, there is amazing opportunities in our everyday that we're missing because we're so stuck and unsure of how to move forward. When we maintain that high vibration, when we maintain that harmony and that balance within ourselves, we're able to connect in. We're able to use that passion, that creativity to our advantage because it raises our vibration, and that high vibration helps to rise us above that veil, that everyday mindset, that rat race. We're able to see past that heaviness and low vibration. And that's what this week is about, my friends. Getting you above and over this heavy veil and into something that's more meaningful, something that has a lot more abundance and reward to it. We're going to end off on any final insight, guidance, and wisdom that we can share with my Carnelian friends for the week of November 8th through the 14th. It's really hard to believe that we're already heading into the middle of November. The Chariot, the 7th card in the Major Arcana. He uses his willpower, his determination to overcome the challenges that he's facing. There is no question of failure. It's just a question of how. And the charioteer doesn't slow down. He has his abilities. He uses his tools, his skills to his advantage. And that's exactly what we need to do now. We can't be afraid of these messages and guidance. It may be different, but different is exactly what we need right now. We need to embrace it, and we need to make it our own, utilizing it in creative ways in our lives to make that movement forward. The Charioteer is a movement card. We need to move away from this gunky stuckness and into something more amazing and very, very prosperous. Six of Cups. Of course, sixes, you're looking at that balance. You're looking at harmony. That cup, you're looking at intuition and emotion. Now, the Six of Cups is that quintessential reminiscing card. We've had challenges in our past. We've overcome many problems. Not the first time we've been stuck, and nor will it be our last. We need to reflect on those past situations, those past challenging, turbulent times. We need to be mindful that we're there for reflection and analysis, and that we don't get caught up in the heartache. That heartache, it's not going to support us. It's not going to help us in any way. It's actually going to reinforce that ego's cage upon you. We can, however, gain added insight and, well, reminding ourselves of added insight and wisdom that once served us. Additionally, of course, we're going to be reminded of tools and skills that we use to overcome these challenges, to get us unstuck and get us moving again. That skill set, that knowledge, it can be useful right now. It'll help us really create a dynamic solution for our challenge, for that bigger problem. And no, it's not our ego that we're looking at. Our ego is part of us. We just need to know how to work with it, all of ourselves, including our ego, for our greater good. And finally, the Four of Swords. Fours, of course, in tarot, you're looking at that stability. It's a foundational number. And the swords, again, that knowledge. It's the first sword that we have on the table and on the reading. It reminds us of the importance of going with that knowledge rather than the emotion, because the emotion, like I said, it's going to bog us down. That knowledge, it's really going to fire us up, help us get out of, well, what we're dealing with here. Additionally, the Four of Swords is reminding you to be gentle with yourself. There's a lot going on, and we can't individually tackle that global problem. We have to work on ourselves so that we can start impacting, as a collective, that global situation. One person isn't going to be enough. We need one person who inspires more, who inspires more, who inspires more, who are working from that higher vibrational standpoint, rather, well, than that low vibration. Remembering to take time for you, nurture and care for you. Like I said, on Friday, we have Friday the 13th. That nurturing, feminine energy is going to be there. Well, utilize it to your advantage, my friends. Take time for you and care for you, because it will go far. It will help you in the long run. It'll make you feel better and feel stronger and more able to take on some of that bigger challenge. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some direction and insight into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really does help people find me in the sea of YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected is to hit that little red bell and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a video. Now, if you like this video and want to support me in making more, I do have a Patreon page. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and many perks. Those perks, of course, you're looking at individual readings and healings for you. I also have a library of Patreon exclusive videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Carnelian friends.